Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm just quickly throwing some random music in the background. Um let's just do just gonna have a laugh and put like one of the Sonic game soundtracks on in the background. And then put it on mute so I don't get copyright strike by YouTube. Because YouTube. There we go. But yeah, hello everyone. We're back. We're gonna be doing some work here again. Just to try and finish up the intro. I'll probably throw out some little interesting tidbit for everybody as well. Let's just make sure I've posted it up, and then away we go. I think we're good right now. Hey Cookie, I need to get you in a little bit. I'm just is that 2 frames afterwards? I'm just trying to time this correctly. I don't know whether this is gonna work or how well it's gonna work because of me editing frames. It's awkward. Oh, let's try and see if this will work from there. So what I'm trying to do is basically replicate the bullet spawning sequence. I've been like trying to mess around and get this set up so it's all correct. But yeah, it's going alright. I just don't know whether we're gonna make it till the very end. I might have to edit Flowey's laugh so that he's like laughing twice, as long as needed. Maybe we shall see. The way that this is edited as well is interesting because of the boxes. It's looking alright so far. You can see it like slowly coming together. There's like a 2-frame difference between everyone. There we go. Let's do that one. Those 2 frames definitely help to make it look a lot like the game. The only problem is like that's a lot of 2-frame pauses. And I've also got to cut the camera a little bit here. Hey Swoop, how you doing? Hope you're okay. I'm gonna at least, there we go, cut my my feed there so that it actually has me looking at the correct screen. Right, let's 1, 2. This is taking me ages to set up, and the funny thing is, I'm gonna have to like take it down as well. But at least it's kind of working. The one thing I don't quite understand still about the intro is the bit before Toriel comes and saves you. Because somebody else mentioned it, and it's kind of weird. I don't quite properly understand it. I'll show you in a moment because it's open to interpretation, and it's very interesting. I need to kind of like get some idea of what is going on in the intro of Undertale because it's all kinds of like whack, and it's a kind of blink and you'll miss it, or everyone kind of forgets about it moment as well. Hang on. But yeah, for everyone that's been seeing all the updates and everything, you'll have seen Frisk being not happy with Flowey at the beginning for obvious reasons. I hope this actually works timing-wise. If it works timing-wise, that'll just be like coincidental, but we'll take it. Thing is, I have not rendered this yet to figure out how quick it looks like it's coming up, so that's going to be interesting. I'm here trying to emulate the game, but in 3D. Hey, John. Try to like emulate the game, but in 3D. And I'm like, oh, I haven't got the timing right on this. If I haven't got the timing for all of this, it's gonna suck so much because of how much of it requires precision timing. Hang on. 1, 2, then that starts. 1, 2, then that starts. It's every 2 frames while Flowey's laughing. 1, 1, 2. Have you been, John? Oh, 1, 2. We got that one there. So I counted in the intro the other day, and I may have counted wrong, but it honestly looks like Flowey throws 60 pellets at Frisk at the beginning. I was like, wait, what? So I've had to copy the pellet literally like 60 times. I'll go through the tech behind this in a moment because I enjoy like explaining that kind of stuff, and also it's a note for me in future for if I watch these back to be like, dude, this is how you do this, you know, if I ever forget. I swear I keep watching the short Frisk of Frisk getting up and yelling at Flowey through Discord. It's just so funny. See, that's the kind of thing, like, that's the kind of angle that we're going for in terms of, like, it's a natural sort of expression that you'd expect from somebody. Like, especially when they're accusing you of stuff that clearly isn't right. You know, so we thought it was like a natural reaction for Frisk to be like, excuse me, what? Yeah. As for me, I've been alright today. It's been a bit crazy. Mainly just been like looking after Rachel. But yeah, again, most of the angle that we're going for with this project is like basically what you would expect Frisk to say in these situations. You know, especially given Flowey being sus as hell is the best way of putting it. I'd like to think that it's a mixture of what Flowey's saying and also the facial expressions and body language that they're doing. Because of the backwards and forwards that Frisk has where they're just like, oh, wait, what? I'm laying in bed dying, says Cookie. Oh no. How's Sammy? If you're curious, I'll tell you why I'm bringing him. I have not talked to Sammy in a little while. Sammy normally like leaves messages on the Discord, so I hope everything's alright. Also, I've had a couple of problems with Discord recently. One being that, like, obviously I want to just, like, look around Undertale fandoms in general and just get a sense of, like, who's around that's actually interested in the project, you know, that already doesn't know about it. And, no joke, every time I go, there's some, like, weird thing going on that puts me off actually joining said community or whatever. You know, like, say, for instance, I'll join one of them through, like, Discord or whatever, or, like, a big YouTuber's community, and there'll always be something that puts me off, like somebody will act like really weird that I'm not expecting, and it's just like, let's not. It's been happening quite a lot recently, so I've been like, yeah, I'll stick to my own corner of the internet, thank you very much. Oh. And by weird, I mean like there was There was one, I can't remember. Um, it was one recently. I joined for like 5 minutes or something, and I was like, "Go on, I'll interact with a couple of people." And I'm like thinking, you know what? I'll post up about the project, and then yeah, I decided I'd just see who was in like the streaming chat thing that they have in one of these discords, and somebody was working on Blender stuff, and I thought, oh, Blender, I know about that, I'll go in and have a look. So I'm asking about what somebody's project is in Blender, and the next minute somebody comes in and starts talking about being molested or whatever, and I was like, whoa, 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 what? So I just immediately was like, yeah, I think I'll avoid that one. No, and I'm not gonna name names, but this was like one of the YouTubers ones where I was like, dude, this should be safe, you know. Like I don't want to hear about that kind of stuff. Just leave that, leave that at the door. Thank you very much. It's just really weird. So yeah, I that always puts me off. It's happened so many times now. I'm like, okay, I'm in like my own Discord, the Undernet, um, Inverted Fate, the Minecraft team, and the Under Event Discord. I'm like, that's fine. I will stay on those. I'm not moving out of my lane now. uh, but yeah, man, all kinds of weird, all kinds of weird. Let's see if this works. Is that? Oh, dude, look at that. It's so smooth. So smooth. Like just. Bam, 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 bam. They all come up from the floor. All come up from the floor. And then from there we can move on to stuff. I need these to now move at different rotation rates. Is that the? Yeah, it is. Oh, god damn it! So I need a camera to sort of like follow this around as it's going round. Either that or I do it from like a different angle. And then the last little bit that's the bit where Flower gets hit by the fire from Toriel. Oh wait, I forgot. You won't be able to hear that because of me listening to music in the background. But yeah, when we go round here, Flowery's laughing, and then we get to the end. There's like and that's from Flowery getting hit by the fireball. So that's later on. So what I need to do here is the worst part is I don't know what effect I can put on these to make it look good as well. Because the only thing I can think of is having a particle effect for dust or like dirt out the floor. But I can't obviously use that 60 times. It's just going to lag out everything. So all I can think of is just having like an effect card and just have that play repeatedly with maybe like a little bit of particle effects going off constantly for like a little bit of rubble coming out the dirt, but that's about it. I told Sammy about my fan-made flower music and he was interested. Oh, nice! I'm just going to quickly see if I can come up with something camera-wise here. There's the rest of the ruins that I've not shown off until now. Well, not properly. We actually get to see the rest there. So this is all of that. Bum, bum, bum. Right? So all that works. One, I need to figure out the shot setup. And two, I need to like figure out where this is gonna go like camera-wise from here now. Dolly rig. That's the rig for it. Camera dolly. Can we just... Because I want something that kind of shows the seeds coming up. There was a problem. I didn't even know his username through Discord. Ah! Okay, so that's going to be that there. And then if I cut to another camera rig real quick. Sammy normally joins. All this is normally hidden under the floor. What we'll do is go ahead and add camera. Add another dolly. And then we'll bind the camera on that. And I'll have it from either above, maybe? That might be cool. Or we'll try from another shot, because I need to figure out like what I'm going to do here for this setup. So for here we'll go marker, bind camera at this marker. That way we got like a couple of seconds. There's Frisk going up, there's Flowey going, die! Right? And then we get the zoom out, we get the bullets coming up, I'm going to have Frisk turn maybe, and then we need that dolly cam now. So I need to figure out where I'm going to put this. Random question. What is a place from any video game you'd want to see in real life? Ooh. Honestly, don't know. I have not really thought about it too much. I love the way I'm just like showing off the ruins there. Yeah, it's fine. I've not thought about it that much. Let's just go boop, unhide everything. Let's try downscale this a little bit. So about there. I want to see Undernet VRChat City. Oh, the Undernet hub. I like the Undernet hub. Like it's gonna have some massive changes to it eventually because they're doing like a new update for it. I don't know what exactly. I've seen like a work in progress version, and that was pretty cool. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. I reckon I do this shot from either above or here, because then we can go like, we can see Frisk reacting. It's either that or petals go burr. It's either that or I do like a shot, from like here. The thing is, I need to know how fast they go first, right? Because what I could potentially do is I could have a shot. I just realized I messed that up. Let's just try and show you, right? So I could have this shot, and it'd be cool having it going from like here, and actually just like rotating around with it, and then maybe showing Frisk, and then coming back to Flowey here. That'd be really cool. And then when it's coming back, have Toriel marching up here with a fireball in her hand. That'd be really neat. I just don't know how quick these spawn, so maybe I do like an animation of this. We just find out like how quickly this goes by. If I go like 3, 8, 40 to whenever it ends, which I'm gonna assume is, oh dude, it's quite a long way. We might be able to do a nice pan round with that. Let's try, 3, 9, 6, 5. Right? If we do that there, and then I render that off as Frisk ain't dumb 6. let's render that off. I'm literally just like watching it all on screen render off now real fast. These are actually coming up real quick. That's interesting. Oh, and I also have to change the rotation speed. Again, I need to remember to change that. Oh, dude, that's actually... Oh, okay, I gotta show you that. That's actually pretty decent. So if I save that for a moment, and then just go new video, right? Close that down, because that's my OneDrive. If I go into here so I can show you this. Oh, crap. Right? What we then have is this. This is all in real time as well. That's actually, that speed is pretty close to the actual game when you look at how they're appearing, while Flowey's also laughing in the background. Like, hang on, let me turn my music off for a sec so we can listen to this. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So make sure I've got the music on, but the audio off on the stream. That's so close to like in-game levels of spawn. It's pretty accurate. Like, it's not 100%, but it visually allows you to figure out what's going on at roughly about the same rate, because they only need to spin a little bit more from that. So I need to cut up the audio a little bit to allow just the slow moving in of this, but I'll do that now. I'll go over the tech behind this as well, because it's crazy. So what I did was, originally I did this, and this is a circular array. What I've done is I've taken an array, taken the empty in the center of this, and offset the circular array for it so that I can rotate it and then just spawn like 60 in. The problem was, when I was doing this, I was like, I don't know whether I can then change the speed of like all the objects individually or what. So while this would have been cool and an easy way of like animating the effect coming on, I didn't know whether it would work out completely. So I was like, okay, how do I do it and like get this totally accurate, like allowing me to manipulate everything, even if it is a bit of a pain in the butt. And yeah, I ended up having to copy the same item like 60 times, which was a pain. But the cool thing about it is we've got full control. So like, for instance, if I go to this, right, I think it's via object constraint, we go dampen track and then do that one, I think. Yeah, so it's the other way around. So if I do a dampen track on this orb, I'll show you why I'm doing this in a moment, because it's the exact same tech that's on like every single one of those bullets. So what we've got here is a cube, right? And it's via this blue line that you can see, or you can just about see. It's more like a green one at the moment because of the way that the axis is. But there's a small, thin blue line going between the objects, meaning they're now connected to each other. And essentially what it is because it's got a dampen track on it, if I move this, see how the cube moves in real time to track it. So that allows me to just be able to mess around with the rotation of all of those bullets pretty easily. So all I did was like do that and then copy and paste that and then just parented them to an empty in the middle, which is parented to Frisk. So essentially Frisk has this on them and has an arrow empty here. We'll just make that. It's literally an invisible arrow that Blender doesn't render out, but you can still attach stuff to it. So it's got like a constraint to it like this. So you don't see it, but what happens is, because it's on Frisk and the bullets are homing on Frisk, when Frisk moves or whenever they spawn in, they immediately are looking at him, and then they rise up, and then it's just a case of moving them on like a linear path, and they'll just track without me having to do too much, which is great. Like, I wish I could do it via the circular array, because that would have been great, but the problem is that also makes things smaller. So like, if I do, where's the circle, right? The problem is, I wanted it to be... Hello, anyone that's new? I wanted it to be like this, so I could just shrink in and away we go. But that wasn't working because the actual objects on the array shrink. So instead, it's just like, I gotta do it like this. But at least it's working. So all I need to do now is sort out the way that these seeds work. Sort out the camera angle, and then away we go, I think. Dude, where's this? Oh, it's all the way back here. Come on. So what this is this is just how quick the bullet should go, right? So if I do it from about there, and then go to the next one. I'm gonna have to have like all of them on screen and then just go to the next one every single time and mess around with it. But they should be offset enough from each other so that I just realized I've just put it all the way back there. They should be offset enough that when I move this, none of them are the same. So if I do like that there, that's by default. And then I just need to play around with this enough that no two. Well, I say no two bullets are the same. They're going to be the same. Like, at some point. It's more the whole thing of just so that not, like, massive amounts of them are doing the same thing, you know? Like, if they all spin slightly differently, but roughly, everything should be alright. And the effect will look good. You need to do all this by hand? Yeah, kinda. So 60 messing around with this. Let's leave that one by default. Yeah, some of it I can do without by hand, but like sometimes it's just a case of getting in there and be like, look, I'm gonna need to do this by hand. It does suck. But it's whatever you gotta do to make it look good, you know. Let's do that there. I do that. No random. No, it's not totally random. I would love it to be randomized, but there's only so much I can do here by the looks of it. I do two there that are the same, and then one slightly off. Because I can only do so much with, like, what, 3 frames? I'd like to think that in these moments when I'm doing stuff like this, that people actually are taking into account how much effort goes into this, and actually will enjoy the end result of this, you know, equally as much as I'm gonna expect with all the amount of effort I'm putting in. But I know there's gonna be some people that are just like, dude, this sucks or whatever, or it's not as good as blah blah blah. It's just like, it's whatever. I'll still try my hardest. Because you can't please everybody. Frisk's face right now. Frisk's face is just that of, I'm sick of Flowey already. I've only known them for 5 minutes and I'm already sick of them. They're being creepy. They're constantly talking in, like, weird ways. I have no clue what's going on. Are they tripping? Like, no joke, I actually like Sassy Frisk. Like, Sassy, I'm not taking your crap Frisk at the beginning is actually pretty fun, only because, like, you don't see much of that. And then, the thing is, if you do, normally people stick with it and go, oh yeah, Frisk's a total ass. But it's like, no, it's a genuine, realistic response to be like, dude, seriously, what even is this? You're throwing random white pellet things at me? I don't even know what these are? And you expect me to trust you? I've only just fallen down here? You're talking flower. Am I high right now? You know. It's like halfway between realistic response and halfway between am I right, lads? You know. And yeah, I have been watching a lot of or rather rewatching a lot of Undertale if it was realistic recently. Okay, we get it. No need to lose it. Wait, what? Wait, what? Are we okay? I'm maybe slightly confused here. You sort of went a little bit crazy describing why Frisk is annoyed at Flowey. I know. I just thought I'd give as much detail as possible. I'm sorry if I gave the wrong impression there, or if it was bad. Let's try another. I'm trying to do this like every couple. Like there is still a random like I try and say there's an element of randomness to this, but it's more it's more that I'm trying to inject that randomness and it's not quite working. Let's go this way and then miss one, go back this way and go. You almost had me when you said hi. Oh, alright, I get you. Yeah, I'm sorry if I went too much into detail with that. I just genuinely thought it was funny, you know. Right, so is that all of them? Oh my god, I just realized I'm playing it from the very beginning. I can't get petals from the beginning until that actually looks a lot better. Oh dude. Can we just see that? Like can I go from like there? That's not actually that bad, making them all look somewhat random. Or as random as can be. That's cool. Not really a fan of things like that. Oh no, that's fair, that's fair. It's just a description after all, but no, I understand. I can try and fake the lighting effect on this ring. John says, you don't need to say sorry. I'm just being a bit polite, is all. Yeah, we got this. It does give off a slight halo effect here. I've still not messed around with the heart too much or the soul. I need to do that. But yeah, we've got those that are in the back. They're going to be faded out eventually as well because they're supposed to hit the back wall. Okay, so that's that set up. What I need to do is have the camera for this now, like do something interesting. So we've got that bit there, which is supposed to show it quickly zooming out, and then we've got this going on. I was gonna say something about those 5 pillars. Yeah, Flowey's pre-talk taking it for your convenience. Okay. So here's an interesting one, right? This is up for debate, and I want everybody's interpretation for this. So I'm just gonna put this there for a moment, right, and say that this is very subjective. I would say I'm just gonna find this real quick because it impacts this scene quite a lot, and I've noticed other people have made the same comment. So it's a case of like, dude, I'll just ask and see who in the community responds. Oh my god. If I don't get adverts first, that moment where I'm getting nothing from adverts. Ooh. Okay. From about there. Want to hear an online joke? Not sure if it's that funny, says Swoop. Maybe in a bit. Let's just go through this, right? So go bam. Right. So the reason why I put this on is because it's super important, right? This is at the end of the fight bit here, where we're gonna have Flowey spawn in all of the pellets here for a moment. But keep a very close eye on what happens before Toriel steps in, because there's an interesting section that has me wondering what's going on. I'll show it you first, and then I'll ask you whether you saw it, and then I'll play it back again, and hopefully won't get ads. So... Okay. The one where they just disappear. Yeah. That's it, right? So it sounds like a health item's being taken or something, right? But the pellets disappear, and you can tell Flowey is surprised as well, because Flowey's facial expression changes to, wait, what? Then Toriel comes in. Hang on. Is when you heal, not an item being taken. I was trying to remember which one it is, whether it's an item or heal. But, like, when you think about it, Toriel's way too far away to do that. And, of course, the main thing is, we have full health already, so we can't heal. You know. Right? That's the entire end sequence. What the heck is happening here? It's impossible to heal, or at least I think it is, when you've got full health. So what is going on there? Like, it's totally open to interpretation. But, it's interesting. I don't want to say magic, says John. I don't even want to say, like, it's like a healing item being cast, says John. Oh, I don't even like want to say like it's Toriel throwing a healing item, because like somebody else mentioned that, and I'm not too sure about it. Like, here it is. Healing item sound. Toriel may have thrown a healing attack or something at Frisk. The problem is that I don't think they can heal if no damage has been taken. There is a theory that Kara wakes up during this fight. I've seen that one. I can't make any comments on that at the moment. But yeah, the only other thing I came up with is that maybe Flowey's attack gets cancelled out of nowhere because of determination, and Frisk somehow does like a mini sort of like load without a save point and loads back to before Flowey used the attack. But yeah, that's kind of what I came up with. I was just trying to come up with something that's plausible and also just kind of works. You know. Maybe make Toriel's fire surround for us to block the bullets. That could be possible. I can do that. Just trying to think of like, because it's on a where is it? It's on one of the website things as well. Hang on, where is it? Tumblr no chocolate. That's a good one normally. Somebody else mentioned it and says like, before she throws a fireball at him, Flowey does hit you with a ring of friendliness pellets. This is what somebody else has said. They just heal you instead of finishing you off. That I don't think that happens. It's almost like they get stopped before they hit you. It could be Toriel and the human souls healing you, but that seems unlikely. with Toriel, she might heal you from a distance if she can, but healing before the impact would do any damage. And then part 2 of that is healing you right before the bullet sounds. The bullet hit sounds improbable, if not impossible. With the human souls healing you, they face the same problem. If the souls caused the pellets to heal you instead, the pellets would have turned green, which is true. The fact that you get healed in these situations makes no sense. Most likely forgetting something, and somebody else has put, while Toriel is able to heal Frisk, there's no visual indication that she does so. Her only involvement is the fireball, yeah. Obviously, having Flowey kill Frisk right away wouldn't be as satisfying. No one likes to be killed in a tutorial unfairly, especially so early. However, this attack didn't have to happen. Toriel could have arrived before Flowey's final attack. In the Photoshop Flowey fight, Flowey's final attack could have been... well, could have killed Frisk. Instead, Frisk is healed, and then the souls rebel. Perhaps Toby included this moment to show Frisk's power of determination. Interestingly, this healing phenomenon only ever occurs when fighting Flowey and Asriel. Though if it's more elaborate case of recovery in Asriel's battle, it's unknown why this happens, but Flowey is the only person to ever have control over the timeline, so maybe it's a visual representation of Frisk taking over the timeline from Flowey, and they suddenly recover instead of facing death. That does make sense, but I've not seen anybody else talk about it, you know. Blocking actually has its own sound, yeah. Toby, put some sense into your gaming modes like these, please. Also, Toby, press... Toby is also... I meant to press backspace. I'm trying to see if there's any replies to that on Tumblr, but there really isn't. Like, again, the only thing I can think of is that literally through determination, Frisk resets. Or at least does like a mini sort of like time skip to either after it's happened or before it's happened. Before it's happened probably is better. You know. It's very interesting. The only other way I can skip it would literally be have Frisk just close their eyes and it does the whole thing of it just vanishing, it like not happening, and Frisk's like, wait, what? And then I love the way I tried to go to music then and got an advert. There we go. But yeah, I do like a thing where Frisk just like closes their eyes and wishes not to die, and then it just avoids it is the best way of putting it. And we don't actually see what happens. I'd like to say that I agree with the Kara thing, but it is kind of cool thinking that like Frisk potentially has just that little bit of determination that allows them to at least do kind of a little skip once. Because then that would explain also why Flowey takes such an interest in them throughout the game, as well as the fact that they may or may not find out in the genocide run that they house Kara's soul that the player is influencing. They are punch carding. Awesome job on the animation, Dave, says David. Thank you very much. I think I have another idea. Instead of time skip, the soul takes a page from Deltarune and glows like a bright light, making the bullets fade away. That could be possible. Because I was thinking of something like that anyway. As in, like, we have Frisk close her eyes, have the soul on screen. Hang on, I can't do it with shot setup. I'll do it with animation. So we have the Frisk looking around at all this stuff and be like, yeah, closes their eyes. And basically is like, oh, I don't want to die. And then we have like the soul really glowing and doing like the kind of a similar thing to when they first spawned in. And then have like a really big flash of light and then they're all just gone. And Flowey's like, wait, what? You know, that kind of would work. Because then that sets us up ready for Flowey to then be snuck up on from behind by Toriel over here. So yeah, I just need this shot now. So we need to. The last idea is just make Toriel hit Flowey while he's laughing. He goes flying, whatever your plan is. Just make the bullets fall to the ground. I could do that as well. There are multiple ways of addressing it. You see, I just want to kind of try and keep it as close as I can to the actual game. Let's try moving this here. And then we're gonna try and see if I can get this setup done for this. Where's the dolly? Where's the dolly? Right, so the idea is that if I take this and put that about there, that when this comes on, we put that about there, we then can go K and then custom. Right, and then we need to go to about there. Oh. This hopefully is going to be a cool shot. Like I'm hoping, because then we can have this where it's already moving, right? Goes all the way behind Frisk, and then try and have it set up so it goes over here back to Flowey. Does that actually work like that? Oh no, it's gonna take the. Oh wait, I thought it was gonna take the shortcut route, but it's not. It's gonna take the other route here. So we have it go to about there. Right? And we keep it going all the way back to Flowey. Let's see what that looks like as a shot. Oh, dude, that's actually... Oh, wait, I need to have that be slightly off there. Can I just have that a little bit more? I hate the slow down and speed up with the Bezier curve here. I need, like, interpolation linear. It's funny because I'm listening to Bullet for My Valentine while watching this, as Damon. Trying to make sure that this is... I'm going to say roughly the same position. Where's the camera? Right, so if I have that there, keyframe. I'm going to go to sleep, but if it's not too much, could you do me a small favor? Yeah, sure. If I go like there, like that. And then we just move the camera to there. Try and move that so that's a little bit dynamic. We just go like... Still looks slightly off at the end there. Because it goes slow there. Like the target goes slow and then it picks up again. If I go like Bezier instead. Can we just like automatic handle them? Why does it spin so fast though? I don't quite get that, but let's just see what happens. So I'm right there. Send me his online at some point. Can you send me his name on this? Yeah, I can try. That's no problem. I'm gonna head off. Thank you very much, Sammy. Sammy? Thank you very much, Swoop. Sorry about that. I'm tripping. I'm tripping at the moment. Focus on my work. But yeah. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. That's because I'm talking about Sammy so much. Here we go. Right, let's see if this works. Okay, that camera angle is too fast doing that. Doing all of this with this dolly cam, way too fast. Shouldn't do that. It's not a good angle to have, basically. That's kind of awkward. Maybe if I do it from like this angle. If I set that up there, like this. Let's see, shot setup. Right, and then we go. Because at least just showing it, spawning in, while Frisk reacts is going to be good. Like that. But it obviously needs to be higher. Higher and further out so we can really get a sense of like what's going on. Let's just go from like there, right? Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. Like especially if we use the animation window to really see that. Because then we get a good scaled back look and it kind of it's like the rest of everything. So we got this going on. Heck, I'd even settle for a shot like this from this angle. That might be cool. Hang on. If we move the dolly down a little bit. And then we need to move the target across there. A lot of this, like when people were previously saying to me, like, dude, you need to plan the shots and only create the 3D that's in shot. So I'm not like creating the entire underground in 3D. This is the reason why I wanted to have everything in full 3D, because then I get to mess around with the shots instead of them being set in stone. Then I get to mess around and actively be like, dude, what do I actually want to show here? It's like with that, though, that looks really cool. I'm thinking if I get like a pan across to that, like if we go from this to kind of, we go like that, and then we do kind of a like this, where we slowly go like this. We just go. Then at least we get some sort of movement from the camera, and we also get to see it like slowly panning across here, and then we can have Frisk react to it as well. That's gonna be fun. Let's try rendering this off, see what this looks like. Frisk ain't dumb 8. Well, the way it's just all in grey for the moment while we see what's going on real quick. Okay. See what that looks like. Huh, can I like render out before that? Let's try. Try from here. 3648. And then we'll do from the view. Because then I can actually see a little bit before then. And I'll do it in color as well. That way I can actually see a little bit more. Like a lot of this is messing around with not just the models and everything, but then like the camera and everything else to get it to look just how you want it. Because I want to show off like as much of the character's motions and stuff, while also having these interesting angles that are like this, where it clearly shows Frisk standing up, so you know Frisk is getting ready after being knocked to the floor. It's just like, dude, I've had enough of this. And then next moment, we've got Flowey just like, die! No. Here we go. Die! And then starts laughing. Throws his head all the way back. Wait for it. I just noticed he slightly clips through that bit of geometry in front of him. Possibly because it's not physically moving at that point because I need to calculate the physics. That's one evil flower. Yeah, he's pretty sus. He has his issues. There we go, right? Start spawning the pellets in. We show Frisk looking to the, as the spawning in. And then this is going to be a wider shot looking at Frisk looking round behind them. And then looking at the other side as they spawn in. Potentially maybe taking like a step back as well. Maybe like 1 or 2 steps back. John says he liked me for real. Yeah, all these pellets come up now to essentially be like, yeah, you're gonna die, Frisk. No kill like overkill. Yeah, there's like 60 pellets there. So we got that. Let's see how that looks. That actually doesn't look too bad. Like, I'll show you what I've got. See what you think, right? If I go new video editing and then just close down that, close area. Right? What we've got, if I do like the full sequence. See what we got. Okay, so apart from part of this being edited, I'll show you like the entire sequence. It's like a proto kind of thing, and we'll just see what the interpretation is, or rather the feedback. So we got. Just need to edit this. Because some of these angles are different. Give me a moment. Ah, there we go. Love the Dutch camera angles. They're only on Flowey, just deliberately to show off how sus he is. Hang on. Ah, there we go. It's from... Oh, hang on. Just gonna match up this bit. It's about there, and then we can split that. Put that in. That's correct. Now we got this bit. This is where we should be up to. Right? And then we got the last bit. This entire fight sequence, or like fight little bit, is like more than 2 minutes. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, right. So this is how the entire sequence goes at the moment. Let's just preview this. I'll even turn the audio off in the background again. Wait, what? I turned the audio off. Oh, it's on another window. Ah. I thought I turned the audio off, and then I found out it's in another window as well, so I'm listening to like 2 versions of Sonic Adventure 2's soundtrack at the same time. Okay, so this is what we got so far. This is the entire sequence, just obviously prototyped. Why does it look like someone is about to say, "Welcome to the underground"?
Howdy, I'm Flowey. Flowey the Flower. You're new to the underground, aren't you? Golly, you must be so confused.
I heard of monsters being down here, but this is ridiculous.
Someone ought to teach you how things work around here. I guess little old me'll have to do. Ready? Here we go.
That transition from the wide shot was smooth. I'm trying to make this as smooth and as viewable as possible, you know, like in the most easy to watch way.
That is your soul, the very culmination of your being. Your soul starts off weak, but it can go strong if you gain a lot of LV.
LV? What does LV stand for?
What's LV stand for? Why, love, of course. You want some love, don't you? Don't worry, I'll share some with you. Down here, love is shared through little white friendliness pellets. Are you ready? Move around. Get as many as you can.
These aren't the final camera shots either.
You know what's going on here, don't you? You just want me to suffer.
No! You're acting way too suspicious right now for me to trust you.
Die!
So yeah, that bit there at the end, that transition. I need to make Flowey laugh a little bit more, because his laugh cuts off, his animation does. But the transition there, the slow moving one for the end bit.
For me to trust you.
Die!
And then transition to there. That's the bit where I think that transition doesn't look too bad. We're still pointing in the right direction, so we know roughly where everybody is. Like, because you don't want the camera work to be confusing, so that's why Flowey's always on the left, Frisk is always on the right from where they came in from. The camera angles themselves are slightly different. And like this one, like the Frisk's angle is actually not as boring in the final version. It's more front on is the best way to put it. So we get to see Frisk actually moving backwards instead of just kind of like that. But then yeah, this shot's the same. That shot's the same. This one's the new one for Flowey changing to be a little bit more angry. And this one, where Frisk's like had enough of this. It's just like, dude, seriously? How can I trust you? I've only been down here like 5 seconds. You've already tried to kill me. Then we get to see Frisk actually standing up, so we know what they're doing as part of this scene. And then that quickly does the pan around to Flowey so that he gets to do his final monologue bit while we have the pellets come on. See, I don't think that's bad. We have like, I need to move the soul at some point as well. That's going to be something I need to do so that the soul is way more animated. Yeah, at this bit, I'm going to have like Frisk looking around and be like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. You know, and then I think that's the part where I'll take a leaf or a page out of one of my old books. Like, where is it? I did this a while ago for another trailer. I'm just going to find it real quick. It looks awesome. Thank you very much, Damon. I try and work on this as hard as possible. That's why like it's taking so long, but at the same time, it's like, I want it to be as good as I can do. Where was it? It's here somewhere. Is it that one? Oh, that one. I've got like a trailer that has that exact sort of thing I'm thinking about. Is it that one? Hang on. It's 6, says John. Thank you, John. Maybe they could look around and cower. Yeah, like I'm thinking they do the whole thing of tracking where everything's coming from, right? So it's kind of a quick right and then left again over the shoulder so they see what's going on. And then maybe like grab the head completely so they just like, they just start ducking and covering the head up completely. And then that's when we have the soul come in and kind of mess around with things a little bit. Just let me check and see where this is, because if I can find it and show you guys, then we can go over it together, because I swear I've got it in one of these. It's one of the old ones as well, because I've used the same trick for later on. Hang on. It was in the... there we go. Is that in... I found it there. I'm just checking if... Is it in the 8th anniversary trailer? God, that was such a good trailer. I don't think it was the 8th one. But we'll still be going over similar stuff, so I'm going to put the 8th one on anyway. It was the original trailer that I put out, and then, let's see. There's also the Undernet Direct one. God, it's going to be so crazy if I just, like, drop this for the next Undernet Direct. Don't think I used it for... No. Okay, so... I'll show you what I meant, and then we'll also throw the 8th one on, because the 8th one is legendary. So, is that got? Yeah, I'll just check. Yeah, that's fine. It's got Ty's music on, so that's fine. I can play that. Where are we at here? Is it that one? Bam. End up opening like the wrong way. There we go. Right, so this is what I was on about. This is a kind of a similar thing that I used ages ago. It's roughly... It's that shot there, but we might as well look at it. This is the first one I released ages ago. We get to see the progression now. Oh my god, this is supposed to be the very same area we're in at the ruins.
Have you ever lost it all to understand, recall? Suddenly it seems so clear. It's all born out of fear. Could you lose all that is dear? The ones you hold so near, never lashing out in vain. Oh God, how could
The I still love that one. The advancement in everything is insane. But yeah, that's the bit that I was on about after here with Doggo. I could do something like that with the soul. That would work really nicely. So I can tie that in. Except that Frisk will be literally kind of cowering instead of like at this bit. I'll have like the soul come in and do its thing. And then all of them vanish. Yeah, I gotta put this one on. Just one for the meme and two because of just like how far we've come up until now, right? Like 2 odd years of development, and then we get something like when we go back and look at it, it's like this.
私の友人手放せない私たちのハッピーエンドまで最大の課題先にあります世界の運命は異なります 優しさを求める彼らの心を許して満たしてください力の中に恥がありますあなたの心に従ってください枯らさないで殺されないで大丈夫最近の変化はありますか悪魔でさえ戦略が
For a laugh at some point, I absolutely love that. You can tell like how much is improved over like a 2-year period with just like the immense changes. I do like that most of the ideas though are pretty much the same. I'm gonna be keeping them. I'm just gonna be obviously refining them a lot more. Yeah, it's nuts. Like this is that entire bit, like the beginning with Flowey coming in that we saw in there with the petals. That's literally the same as this. The only difference is that this is a lot better visuals and animation. It's nuts. So now I just need to animate Frisk looking around. I'm gonna have to record myself doing that. What I think I might do as well is record myself doing that, which I'm obviously gonna have to stop the stream for, and then sort of like work on the ending of the scene here, in a little bit. But yeah, it's very awesome. Like we can see the shots. Like I think I've shown it already a little bit, but the ruins, like, it's crazy because I used the old version of the ruins there that were from Source Filmmaker, like the same thing that was used for Undertale if it was realistic. But like then going out into this kind of thing where I'm like, oh okay, everything's like way more detailed now. Have fun with that, you know. And then we're going into like this kind of thing. You can't compare. It's just it's nuts. I can't wait to get into like the next rooms beyond this. Like for the trailer, like because I want to do like a mini trailer for each part. showing off little bits, even if it's only just like a couple of seconds. And for each one, I want to update the undernet, like poster, so that like for the hub, it's like constantly interactive, so you get to see like the next section. I honestly can't wait to start doing that properly, because it's going to be actually fun getting parts out eventually, but I don't know when that is, because like I don't know how much time it's actually taken me to do just the start of the ruins right now, because we're like what, 2 minutes, maybe more, like 3 if you include the intro. Like if I just go to Discord real sec, can I try and actually figure out when the heck I've been posting since for just the ruins? Let's see. Because, like, if everything stays the exact same at the moment and just works for me, and I mess around with characters' materials, I get them to look a little bit better, and everything then kind of goes on track. Let's see, when was I doing the ruins since? I mentioned about, like, starting animation, like, real soon, like, I think towards the beginning of 2 months ago, maybe? Hang on. That was where I was messing around with storyline, I think. Let's see. That was where I was messing around with other things. Animating Flowey. So, that was me animating Flowey a little bit more. So since early, what were you gonna say, November, September? So since early September, I think I've been doing the ruins. And the problem is I've only got like 2 minutes done. I honestly can't give proper feedback as to when I'll be done with it. I would like it to be done sooner rather than later, but it depends on like how quickly we can move through them. We shall have to see. Because we don't need like every footstep scene, and I do want to take the same kind of route as I did when I was doing the original. No, where is it? I swear I had like a previous version that I could open here. Let's have a look. Ruins. Sure, it was like a video or something. I had like an entire portion of the ruins that I could show off. Where is it? Oh god, there's the old version. I just like open that. The Gmod ver. Dun dun dun. The freaking Gmod version. I think I've shown this off before as well, but like this is ancient. This is when I was animating like ridiculously slowly. Like this follows kind of the same ideas as like once we've done the Flowey fight and we then show like a long shot of them walking towards the ruins. The next shot I want is very similar to this. Where we walk in, we go past all the door trap at the beginning, and then we have Toriel doing her usual spiel, but obviously animated a lot better. And we get to experience all the journey through here. Decided to change my icon system. Oh, nice. So you got all this. So this is all gonna be roughly same ideas, just with more frisk. And then obviously with this kind of thing, there's going to be way more background stuff going on. Is this like fully animated all the way to the end of the ruins? Because I did a lot of animation here. I love that. Waiting for a stream as Dave is like the worst thing ever, because that was that. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just wait for Toriel to come back. I love that. I love that. It looks so silly, but it's so funny. It's the anime style of just like, dude, seriously, just animating like one frame between to show the passage of time. there's the icon that I use on Discord at the moment. It's so funny. And then there's the Naps the Blue fight. This is literally like the entire ruins as well. So this is the basis of what I'll be doing, just better. I love how Toriel is just barely out of frame. Like, where is she? She's like back here or something? Hang on. Yeah, when she goes off the... But also, like... And then there's the obvious joke about Toriel always being present because of like having to scale stuff to monster size, so most stuff is scaled to Toriel's proportions. But yeah, the idea is that Frisk will be replacing Player for most of this. Oh, I love the way the spider waves goodbye. That's going to be so cute to animate again. How did I even get that working? Is that just a... Hang on. I'm actually interested to see how I got that working now. I think it's literally just a thread that is attached to them. Looks like it. Yeah, it is. You can see it acting there. That's no big deal. Yeah, I like the spiders being cute like that. I'm gonna have them being so cute. Waves, bye bye. But yeah, that's gonna be so fun to do all of this, but with the new graphics and everything. The funniest part is the amount of time it's taken me to like do everything and get everything to the point where I'm happy with it. Johnson's gonna eat it. No, you're not eating the spider. The point that, like, the time that it's taken to get me to this point right now, Blender just keeps on advancing. So the best part about it is that while I'm constantly like trying to polish things and get things done, Blender's constantly like, so anyway, we're making everything just look so much better, even if you're using like a normal renderer. So like the final lighting in here is actually pretty decent now, and compared to like the previous versions. I still need to edit the lighting. But like a good example would be, where is it? Frisk here in a moment. Get rid of that one, Flowey. Oh, trying to navigate the... Like, this looks so much better than like 2 years ago. And you could say, yeah, you've learned how to use Blender a lot more since then and stuff. But I'm still kind of doing similar tricks to what I was doing before. The only difference is I've spent so much time working on like the environment and stuff. And in that time, Blender's just like, so anyway, we're just going to make it so that Eevee and Cycles, the two rendering engines, they kind of work almost identical to each other now. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, all of the tricks that I'm pulling off on top of each other, I hope they're going to be worth it. And then later on, I want to hopefully use the later sequences for like the rest of the story to really kind of push what I can do with animation. Because at the moment, it's just kind of like easy-ish kind of animations that are slow and have a little bit of weight to them. But like later on, I actually want to do like really cool fight scenes and see about like researching choreography and things and really trying to make them look good. Excuse me. So yeah, I can't wait. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to get a drink, and then I think I might go play a couple of games for a little bit. And then also make notes of tonight about like what I need to do. So close to having this section done, and then the rest is all pre-planned. So, I shall see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for taking interest in this stream. Thank you very much for your attention, and I shall see you on the next one. So until then, bye!